Welcome everyone at the next normal week, which is for the upcoming 3 days, shaping and designing the next normal for our amazing pharma industry. I'm Dario, your host and the chairman of Next Pharma Summit. And before we start, I would like to inform you about some very interesting details, what we are going to do in the upcoming 3 days. So first of all, huge thanks to our speakers who regularly really support us. As you can see, we really speak about the creme de la creme of the pharma industry who is joining us and who is speaking on this next normal edition. So the biggest pharma companies are represented, 10 out of the 10 biggest pharma companies represented with at least one speaker. And of course, a huge thanks to all of our sponsors who are joining as well. And of course, without them, we couldn't do a very successful event. And in terms of the statistics, very interesting insights. First of all, more than 1,000 delegates from more than 70 different markets, countries are joining us. And you can enjoy in the upcoming 3 days in more than 25 different amazing sessions. So this slide, actually, I took from my March Next Normal week. And unfortunately, still the situation is that at least in Europe, virtual conferences are our reality, and still the common sentence, can you hear me, you're on mute, and so on, our daily reality. And when I thought about how to deliver an opening for that next normal, I actually came up with the idea that people are very often asking me, what are my learnings in the last 18 months? And first of all, we personally had to cancel 4 actually events at the next normal week, as you can see here. And during those next normal week, we actually did this digital transformation, which means that, as you can see, Next profiled itself as maybe the most serious pharma event platform in Europe, and speakers, sponsors, and interest just prove that statement. So we have to listen and adapt and somehow to predict the uncertain future. And that is why my biggest learnings in the last 18 months is that only change is constant. You have to listen once again, be proactive, and sometimes decide based on your intuition, as the amazing Malcolm Gladwell and his theory of 10,000 learning hours would say as well. So we all can agree that we are currently on an ongoing digital transformation. And since change is constant, then the ongoing transformation, don't call it digital, is and will be constant. Many external factors, which you can see on that slide, on which we don't have an impact in many cases, are shaping our daily life, and we as leaders have this great opportunity and responsibility to be shaped together with that wind of change as well. So on bottom line, the business landscape is being disrupted, and organizational change and culture is the gatekeeper. However, many times we as industry get stuck in countless and never-ending cycles and reorganization loops. If we want to shape pure organization change, where capabilities and capacities are response to strategic objectives, we have to implement the right tools, but at first place, the right people. And that is why actually many initiatives fail, and which outcome is that we invested and did the best by taking some amazing tools, but did we change our people? The human and culture component is the gasoline of change. So you can prove it on every single concept. For instance, ask your employees, ask your customers, ask your shareholders. Interesting quote, which I wanted to mention here today, is that according to John Bourgeois, the professor of University of Southern California, he says that 90% of leaders in the middle are likely to resist change, not because they are resistant people, but because they just don't have the tools. And my personal challenges, predictions, if you would like to call so, for the upcoming next normal would be that personalized customer experience should be our main motivation. I see a race of digital information, huge race. Reps will finally become medical reps and MSLs. Digital isn't always the right thing, and ask your customer. Always ask your customer, because then we can create a transformation with purpose, which is meaningful for all shareholders, stakeholders, and at the end of the day, also for the patient. And last but not least, great news today, and this is that we are going live again. We are going live in Dubrovnik next year on May 17 and 18, and everyone who is listening and attending Next Normal is granted with a 10% discount on tickets. So let us know, secure your spot, and hopefully you will enjoy across those 3 amazing days at the Next Normal. And now the stage is taken by one of the greatest chairmen in the pharma industry, Chris Turkins. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen, and see you very soon.